Now for this hour's car review. Well, you want to do the events calendar? Do you have it up and ready to do?
Let's do the car review.
Okay, let's do the car review. Mr. Mars had a chance to drive the Ford Maverick.
Dun, dun, dun.
What?
I've been known to make a typographical error occasionally.
No.
Only when you're typing.
And here's the funny thing. He types all this stuff up and never looks at what he's
proves
typed.
it.
Now,
It's
well,
great.
I have
But
to
he
say,
types it fast.
yeah, I have to say, I have no clue how I did this, but I
You got a Bronco Maroni.
yeah,
He's got the Bronco Raptor Monroney.
yeah, the Mavericks next week.
Mike can type 100.
But I did. It's my bad. I looked at it when you said that a while ago. I looked at it and said,
And you
"What's
let
he
me
talking
say
about?"
it again.
Well, I was going to try and catch you.
He can type
I was gonna put the
130 words a
disclaimer out
minute.
there.
Okay, well,
but
that's
it's in his
it.
own
Okay.
language.
That's it. I quit. Go ahead.
So I did have
So-
the opportunity to drive the 2022 Ford Bronco Raptor. Now, this is a new trim level for 2022. And actually, I've learned that there are actually 8 different trim levels for the Bronco. Sorry, I love their names. Everglade, Sasquatch, the Big Bend, the Black Diamond, the Outer Banks, and the Raptor is the 8th one.
The shock absorber.
That's a shock absorber. That's a suspension.
That's a Fox
It
shock.
stopped. Why did it stop?
I stopped it.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's why I threw the disclaimer out there up front. Okay, so this is a new trim level for 2022. Up front, you're going to see it's got a 2-piece front grille on it. It's got automatic LED headlights on it. It's got LED lighting all the way around. It's got a lot of off-road pieces on it because it is very off-road design. I mean, goes back to the Bronco of yesterday. It's styled very similar. It's very boxy. That make the other ones that I think now are up over $100,000 if you can even get one back from the 70s. So it's got rock rails on it that you can actually take and remove the running boards on it. It's got tow hooks in the front and back. They call it bash plates. We used to call them skid plates, but they list it as bash plates. Got heated side mirrors, and it's got a lifted suspension on it that includes Fox shocks on it. It's got the rear swing gate on this thing is reinforced because it is heavy. It's bigger than the original one. And it's got a full-size spare on it, a 37-inch tire on a 17-inch rim mounted on that swing
Hanging
gate.
on that swing gate.
Mm-hmm. So it's got lots of struts and a lot of things on it to hold it up and make it good. This thing rolls with 13 inches of ground clearance. And there's 13 inches of front suspension travel and 14 in the rear, which includes the fact that this is a Dana 44 axle housing in the rear that'll do this. Now you get to the inside of it. It's got we had the leather trimmed seats. It's got a 12-inch center stack video setup that does the 360-degree camera, which is very convenient for parking lots and out rock crawling. If you're in this thing, you want to see all the way around it. It's absolutely there. It's also where you're going to find the Ford Sync and the Ford for all your convenience controls. It's got a 60/40 folding rear seat on it. Now, this thing also has paddle shifters, which I thought was, at first I thought, why? And now it's got a 10-speed automatic in it. And if you're out rock crawling with my limited experience on it, I can see where the paddle shifters could be very handy. And then it also had the optional carpeting in it. Kind of help quiet it down because it does have a little bit of noise. Now, one thing I will say, and one of the pictures in the video has, a lot of vehicles, particularly the lifted vehicles, they've got grab handles on the A-pillar up there to help you kind of pull in. This one, they don't have it there. It's on the dash. So it's not so much helps you pull up so much as pull in. It was a weird arrangement whenever I get out of it and get into my truck that's got them on the upper panel up on the A-pillar where most people have them. The up under the hood makes this thing go 3.0 liter twin turbo V6, 418 horsepower, and it's really cool. It's got active exhaust. It's actually got 4 different levels that you can work with the exhaust on to make it sound different in the performance of it. But this is backed by a 10-speed automatic, and this vehicle weighs 5,733 pounds. So
Wow.
it's a pretty heavy vehicle.
Yeah.
And it's got a tow rating of 4,500 pounds, like it sets, haul rating of 1,100. Now, what affects the miles per gallon? It's a 4-wheel drive vehicle. You know, you're not really looking for a whole lot out of it, but this thing's got a 470 gear in the rear end of it. So it helps it give it a little bit of juice on the startup. It's got the EPA says you should be looking for 15 miles per gallon in the city. On the highway, you should be 16, so a combined of 15. Actually,
Big
across
difference between those two.
yeah, across 315 miles, I actually recorded 15.0 miles per gallon.
With your fat foot.
Well, a lot of it's highway. And one of the things that I really think, you think 418 horsepower, but this is 5,000 pounds. So it could use a little bit more, I think.
A little sluggish.
It's got more than enough power, but out on the highway, I guess if I'm off-roading and stuff, with rock crawling, it's got more than adequate.
There's a lot of that going on over there in
You rock
Neederville.
crawl over there and
It's got
Golden
very
Triangle.
responsive. Yeah, there's not many rocks. Very responsive steering out on the highway or riding around town. In fact, you had to get real adjusted to it because you could cut the corner real easy because it would just when you went to turn the wheel, it turned the vehicle. And it's got a very much truck-like ride. It's very body on the
Turn the
frame.
wheel, the
That's
vehicle
a-
moves.
that's
No,
a
but I
good
mean,
thing,
it's
isn't
not
it?
The whole idea.
Yeah, but I don't have the right word for it because I always
'Cause he's
was
not
cutting the corner. Cut the corner a little tight. Anyway,
All right.
so if you're looking for the base
Order
model
up.
price, a base model Bronco you can get for $32,895. Now, if you step up to the Raptor, the base trim level that you're looking at here is $68,500. Now, I don't have a Monroney. It did not come with a full-blown Monroney on this
so
thing.
you just picked one?
So I went out and looked. And
He got the one from the Maverick.
Yeah, if you go out to the Ford website, it'll tell you about $82,000 for a fully loaded Raptor. Now, if
Wow.
you're looking for something to compare this to at the base price, the Land Rover Defender, which is their off-road vehicle, $48,700. Wrangler Rubicon with a V6 in it is $42,000, and a 4Runner SRT5 Premium is around $41,500. So if you stay down in the base trim, they're all about equal. But again, you step up to that Raptor, then you're getting a lot of off-road vehicle there for your money.
Wow. It took a lot out of me.
It took a lot out of me too.
Well,
I don't
it
know why.
absolutely ruined me. I had to go in the house for a while.
He took a nap.
took a dump.
Well, I'm going to do a little editing on this before I send it to Ford.
I think you should not. We just
I
called
usually
you out.
don't.
He lets me go ahead and talk about the Maverick at the very
Twice.
top of the show. Twice. And then he has all that time and he's nodding off over there. And then all of a sudden,
It's a
well,
It's the
I'm
Raptor.
I
sorry,
didn't
I
catch it
made
until I
a
pulled out my
mistake.
notes and I went, he said Maverick,
is-
but I've got a Raptor
Is
here.
the Bronco Raptor available at dealerships right
Yes,
now?
yes.
No,
this
but
is
the
the
Bronco
22 I was
Maverick
driving,
is.
but the 23
How
is
is
out
he
also.
still married?
I don't know.
Can I ask you that?
The Bronco
Do you-
Maverick
Do
is
you live
available.
with your wife? Do you live with your wife? She
No.
puts up with this?
No.
Okay. Well, at least we're all on the same page.
Don,
Hey, thanks for-
Don's been there.
Many
Done that.
times. Yes, I have. This is the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pointers.
Back after this.
Tailpipes and tacos.